Well, hello. It's been a bit of an emotional day. I'm in Manchester, and so far today I've been to what I believe to be my grandfather's house. I asked one of the neighbors, and they said that the house was between 100 and 150 years old. So that was in Levenshulme on 34 Marshall Road, and I'm here in Rusholme, and I've just been to St. James's Church. So I started up in Manchester today, and I've been down to 34 Marshall, and I found my way over to St. James's, and it's no longer actually a church, but it's a assisted living house, so I couldn't go into the church and there are no records there, but I was able to walk around the grounds, and I found one family grave marker of Arthur Mellor, and that was interesting. I wish Mom was here. Kicking myself for not taking her at Christmas. But I didn't expect to be this emotional about it. It's been a really topsy-turvy day. I took a tour of medieval Manchester this morning, and I'm going to take another tour tomorrow, and then I've got to go home, back to London. Home's not for another few months, but it's turned into a lovely day. This is Birchfield Park. There's a bunch of different types of birds here. It's spring in England. They're doing what birds and bees do in spring in England. I wish I knew more about the Sparrow side of the family, and I've done a lot of searching in the library yesterday and didn't come up with much. And unfortunately, this week the archival assistants are off on holiday, and so I couldn't go see anybody for help. That's really all I've got for right now. I'm missing home a lot. Missing my sister and my mom and my dad and my friends. So shout out to everybody back home. We're having a good time. Glenn and I went to Cardiff, Wales on the last weekend. So today's Thursday. It was a long weekend. Thursday the 28th. So we just got back Monday night, and I took Glenn to see some real castles, and he was quite impressed with all of those. And what else? I made a friend at the Caerphilly Tourist Information booth who might come to Canada looking for a fishing holiday. Glenn's more impressed that she gave us ice cream, but that's about all that I've got. I went to the library today in Manchester, the Chetlam's Library, on my medieval Manchester tour, and they have an original Isaac Newton's philosophies on science, and that's where Marx and Engels did their research for the ideas for communism and such. And that was about the same time as my great-grandfather, Charles Sparrow, would have been living there. So that's interesting. May have to do a bit more research on that then, figure things out. It was a good tour. It was very interesting. They have medieval books. They have an original chained library, because if you stole one of the books from the library, you could go down and sell it for a small fortune. So originally they were chained to the bookshelves, but as they got more and more books in the library, it was very dangerous to have them way up at the ceiling trying to read the books, so they'd lock them into these reading rooms, and I've got pictures of it, and I've got pictures in here too, so I'll look for those in a second. And then we went to the cathedral, and I saw very pretty stained glass. The cathedral was bombed during the war in Manchester, and the one nave was completely destroyed. And then, I think it was in the 60s, the IRA bombed the city, and the same window that was designed to, what's the word? Commemorate the first bombing by the Germans was then bombed by the Irish. But this is the library that I'm talking about, and it is the oldest building, original building, in the whole of Manchester. So that's the school, Baronial Hall. That's where, that's the reading room alcove, that's where Marx and Engels was. This is the original chain library, so you can see the chains just above my fingers there. You'd be able to read the book, but you couldn't take it away with you. And there's an interesting story about this. This is the audit room, and one of Victoria's advisors was her necromancer, actually, and he was supposedly, what did he do? He conjured the devil in that room, and there's a scorch mark on the table. But Heather, it kind of reminds me of where you turned over the candle, or you put the paper angel at Christmas on our table, only much blacker than ours. Mom wasn't around to put the fire out on this one. So, I'm having problems with my papers right now. Just see if I can find the windows in the cathedral. Going back to the cathedral, are very modern because they were all blown out during the war. And Mom, I think they would make excellent quilts. Take a quick look at that. I'll bring these all home, and you'll see the pictures that I took today, but they're absolutely gorgeous. They don't have any pictures of people in them. They're all abstract, so they're all colors that represent the different saints. So there's Saint Denis for France, Saint Mary, because she's Jesus' mom, and Saint Peter? I'll have to check on that last one, but the first two I know for sure. But this is the fire window. And that's the one that was blown out twice. So it's a real shame. But it's got a lot of symbolism to it. Anyways, that's it for now. I don't want want to make it too long so that I can actually post it. So, love you all. Bye-bye.